Hello and thank you for stopping by. Today I have this Cub Cadet. It's a zero-turn RZTL, and it was brought in with the complaint that it would run and cut off. Also, that it would smoke up while it was running. Now, prior to that, this engine wouldn't start. Customer had a friend of his look underneath the cowling, and mice chewed up the wires. They reconnected the wires, and since that point it wasn't running right. He said that his friend had the mower tilt up all the way, and that's when it started smoking. I'm thinking a little oil just bypassed the cylinder rings, got into the top part of the cylinder, and that's what the smoke was. I just ran this for about 20 minutes. I cut some grass with it, low grass, nothing high, and it was running fine. A little miss when the engine's in idle with the throttle all the way down, but nothing out of the norm. He also stated that he had to spray some of this carb choke in there to get it started. This sat since yesterday. I hit the key one time and it started right up. So I'm going to have to take this cowling off, see what these wires look like, check the spark plug. This gas filter doesn't look too bad. Now, it looks like it has to be changed. This gas filter has to be changed. I don't know what the issue is, but I want to go through it before I run it any longer. I'm going to change the oil, change the filter, pull the plugs, see what they look like. If they're fouled up, I'll clean them up. I'm going to put new plugs in, but for the time being, I'm just going to put those in and run this. But I want to go through it first. Once I change the oil or add oil, see what has to be done. I'm going to cut grass with it for about an hour to see if it stalls out or loses power, the way the customer was stating. I'm thinking it might have been the oil in the cylinder that was the problem all along. When you lift this up, I don't know how high they had it lifted. It's very possible that oil just seeped into the top of the cylinder. I said that before, but that may be the case. But for now, I'm going to let this cool off. Once it cools off, I'll get this cowling off. I'll check these wires, see what they look like. I'll check the air gap on the coils, make sure they're okay, and then I'll take it from there. It's now August 22nd, and this repair was done in the beginning of June. Since then, the video of me cleaning out the mouse nest that was still in there on both cylinders, the condition of the wires, the coils, the cleaning the coils, the gap in the coils, and general diagnostics on this machine disappeared. I don't know what happened to it, but I cannot find it. Even without that part of the video, I thought this was still worthwhile to show what I found. After mowing for about 20 minutes, the mower shut down. The first thing I went to was the battery, and the battery was dead. Next, I checked the voltage regulator. Now, on most mowers that I work on, the voltage regulator is located on the outside of the engine cowling, and it looks like this. You have the 3 wires, the ground wire that has that yellow insulation on it, and they're very easy to get to, very easy to check. It's a unit that gets bolted onto a metal part of the engine. Kind of looks like this, and I say kind of because see the way this looks? It's on the top. If you look under the blower housing, just above and slightly towards the rear of the oil filter on the flat metal plate, it'll be mounted there with 2 bolts, and they require an 8mm socket to remove them. Those bolts are mounted underneath. See where this arrow? And the rectifier sticks out from the top, and where this arrow is pointing, that's where it's making contact with the metal, and that's your ground. I removed the rectifier, and I found that white corrosion that you find on aluminum. I sanded the metal plate down. I sanded the contact points of the rectifier, reinstalled it, recharged the battery, fired it up, and it was running since June without any complaints. So that's a wrap. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, be sure to give it a like and share. It does help. And don't forget to ring that notification bell not to miss my new videos as I upload them. And until next time, stay safe.